everyone, Vita's A32 back with another solo Sunday where we play a solo game or a solo mode of a game. Today we're looking at a solo game. This is Black Sonata by John Keane and Sidewind Games. It's a solo game, 14 and up, 30 minutes. It's a hidden movement and deduction game which was nominated for a Golden Geek Award back in 2017 when it first came out. This is a reprint that I just got off Kickstarter. What it is, it's all about this guy, William Shakespeare. More specifically, about the Dark Lady, a mysterious woman that Shakespeare wrote about in some of his sonnets. It's a 400-year-old mystery. Nobody's been able to figure out who this Dark Lady is. We're going to do that right now, hopefully, if we have any luck. We're going to solve that mystery. Forget all the historians. They don't know nothing. We do. It's a pretty cool concept. It's based on, stuff from 400 years ago. In it, you get the rule book. You get this other book that has information on Shakespeare's London, different locations that you'll be visiting. Actually has the sonnets in there and the different women that could be the Dark Lady. Now, for some reason, this last page is upside down. I'm guessing that's accidental. It is what it is. In the game, you also get... Actually, I also got some expansions for it. This is an older expansion that was redone, the Fair Youth, which adds some new stuff to it. I haven't tried any of these expansions out. And this one is the most recent one. This is why it was on Kickstarter, because they wanted to do a new expansion, and so they did a reprint. And this one actually allows you to play with two people, where one of you will be the Dark Lady, and the other one will be chasing the Dark Lady in a cat and mouse game, as opposed to being solo. You also get this nice board. On the one side here, you got this nice picture of London 400 years ago, in Shakespeare's time, and the game board, which shows you different locations and symbols to help us track down the Dark Lady. Then we get a bunch of cards. There is this card that's just going to cover up the Dark Lady clue cards, and it tells you how to set up if you want to do an easier or advanced mode. It involves removing certain suits. We won't really worry about that. We have all these cards here. There is 12, and they do have a linen finish. And this is not necessarily, it's sort of a card game. It does have cards, but it's also kind of a board game, so it is what it is. I really liked it when I saw it, and I decided I wanted it. In this game, you do have 12 cards, 6 different suits. You got like the Golden Acorn. This one is, it is the Thistle. I think it's a blue thistle, or a teal thistle, actually. The Red Rose. This one is the Purple Sage, I do believe. And then this one is the Blue Bluebell, funny enough. And then the Green Oak. There's 2 of each one. On the other side, you do have the ladies. And what it shows here is it shows lady. It shows you 3 traits that she has. Like, for instance, this one has royal connections, a direct link to William Shakespeare, and she had a baby. And there is 7 possible traits, as indicated by these chips here. The baby rattle for a baby, music from being musical, this pen for being they're either literary or creative. The link, which means they have a direct connection to William Shakespeare. The ring or band, which means they're married. The crown, which means they have a connection to the crown. And the heart, which means they're amorous. Those are the 7 possible symbols you'll see, 3 on each card. And this tells you how many there is connected to that suit. So if we were using, if our Dark Lady was a Green Oak suit, for instance, we would know that this one has 1 connection. One of these is the same as that suit. But if it was this blue one, this would mean there's either 0 that are directly connected, or 2. Exactly 0, or exactly 2, or exactly 1 is the possibilities. So I just wanted to show you that quickly. Let's say this is going to be our Dark Lady, the Acorn, and we'll put that under here. And what we're going to do is we're going to find the other one of the same suit. There it is. Pull it aside. We can mix these up a little bit again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this card, put it on the bottom, and then we're going to rotate it. And then later, we'll be able to slide these out to reveal clues if and when we get to that point. We also have this mini deck, and as I point out, we also have these 4 wooden tokens. These are all wooden tokens. These are going to represent the Black Lady. And when you find out she's moved to, let's say a cemetery, you're going to put these on the cemetery. Now, she's always going to move to a location that's adjacent to where she is, so you'll see how it plays out when we do that. But we're going to put that here. We're going to slide all these out of here as well. We also have this token, which is going to be your pawn. And you can start on any location you want. So maybe I start on, let's say I start off on Cornhill. I always seem to start off on St. Paul, so I'm going to do something different. You also have a bunch of mini-size cards, European mini-size cards. This one is kind of a tracker. You're going to be able to go through this deck 3 times. You have these fog cards, which have a question mark on one side. The other side, they have actions, like discard this card and reveal a new clue, or discard a clue of your choice and draw another from the clue deck, or reveal a new clue card. Some are going to be good, some are going to be not so good. There's one that's like, simply discard this card, kind of a waste. There's one that makes you draw a new Dark Lady, which you really don't want if you're just about to find out who that Dark Lady is. Because it'll screw things up. But we'll put these aside. We also got these location key cards. Whoops, I got some mixed in there. Location key cards, which feature all the locations on this map. And these are going to go on top of this card. As you visit each location, you'll get to take one of these. And then you can use these to try and find the lady. And the way that works is, you see this silhouette here? What you're going to do is you're going to take this card, slide it underneath here, and flip it over. And if she appears in this keyhole, you know she's at the location. If she didn't, like in this case, then she's not here. So she would be here like this. You'll see how it is. But anyways, every time you go to a new location, you get to collect this card. It allows you to search it. In order to search, you and the Black Lady have to both be at that same location. You at least hope she's at that location. Once you collect all of these, then you get access to this card. I don't think you have to actually take it, but it makes sense to get those clues. Alright, what else is there? All these cards here, I actually have to set up very quickly. You got to set them up. You'll see there's letters on the top and the bottom. The bottom is a slightly more difficult scenario where the top ones, she's going to move every time. So you know she's always going to move. But these ones, she might actually stay in the same location more than once. So, and then what you're going to do is you're going to choose either this first, second, third, or fourth letter. Find all the cards that have that specific letter. And then set them in order from A to B. So, bear with me here. It shouldn't take too long. They're somewhat in order. And yeah, so this is a pretty cool game, in my opinion. WXYZ, RST. Couple more, and we'll be done, I do believe. Where's the F? There it is. I ended up in the wrong spot somehow. Oops. Alright, we're just about done here. Sorry, I apologize. H-I-J. Yeah, okay, I think we're okay now. Hopefully everything is in order. Let me just double check. And now I know my ABCs. So, you can see I'm going with this first row, and all the letters are A through Z. And then what you can do is you're going to cut this, and you can cut it a number of times. This is just to randomize where C is going to start. We'll do that. And then we're going to take this and slap this on the bottom. This is our timer. We'll be able to go through this deck 3 times. And I'll put the rest aside. These cards are, if you're going to use letters that are in different positions, because you can see there's some that are missing here and there, you have to figure out which ones you need. So, we know that the Dark Lady is starting off here in the rural area where these trees are. There's these 2 possibilities. On your turn, you're going to have to take an action. You can't take an action, basically. You can also pass. That's one action that you can take. But there's 4 different things you can do. You can either move to an adjacent location. So from Cornhill, I can move to Eastcheap, Bishopsgate, St. Paul's, or Cripplegate. And hopefully I'm pronouncing the names correctly. You can also, instead of moving, you could just pass and stay where you are if you think that she might jump to where you are, so that you can guess. It's a search for her. Another action you can take is, once these phone cards start appearing in this deck, you can do that action. But again, it is a risk. It may be good, it may not be good. And then the 4th action is to search the location where you're at for the Dark Lady, which we'll get to. So, first thing we're going to do is she's going to move. So we're going to take this top card, slide it to the bottom, and she is moved to a house. She is always going to move to an adjacent location, which means she is either moved from Shoreditch to Bishopsgate, from Clerkenwell to Cripplegate, or from Clerkenwell to Blackfriars. Now, where do I want to move? Well, let's just say I move to Bishopsgate. And when I do that, let me put this aside. I'll try not to reveal what's next. Bishopsgate. Bishopsgate. I said to put these in order. Sort of almost in order. There's Bishopsgate. Let me kind of organize these so they're easier to find. Alright, at least they're alphabetically, if not in order. So we got Bishopsgate. So let's see what she's going to move now. We've taken our action, we moved, now C's going to move. Every time she's going to move, and you're going to do an action. C is moved to a place that has coins, which I'm guessing is a gambling establishment, or perhaps a bank. That means she moved over here to Cornhill, where we were. There's no adjacent ones here to these ones. It's only here and here, so we know exactly where she is right now. So, I'm going to move to Eastcheap so that I can get that card and stay in that approximate area. So now, she's going to move again, and she's moved home. Well, that means either she moved to Cripplegate or she moved to Bishopsgate. Those are the only ones adjacent. So, I'm going to move to Bishopsgate. Again, why not? So she's going to move again. She has moved to a tavern, I believe that is, which means she was here and she's moved to Eastcheap. So you can get rid of this one. That's the only one adjacent. So, what am I going to do? I'm just going to stay. And she's moved to a boat, which means she's moved down here. It's the only possibility. I guess I'll move to Eastcheap again. Try to follow her around, perhaps. Or I can try to see if she comes this way. Let's see where she goes now. And she's gone back to a tavern, which means she's either in Eastcheap or she's down to South Wark. And I've heard that's pronounced differently, but I don't know. There's a 50-50 chance she's here. And let me just double check. I do have East Cheap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for. To search, what you're going to do is I'm going to do a little magic move and get a break. You don't have to do that. What you're going to do is take one of these cards, slide it underneath this top card, and then you can take this off. The reason for this, why we do this, is the fog card replaces this card in the deck. It still serves as that location. So now what we're going to do is going to take East Cheap, slide under here, do a little magical move. Aha, she's not there. We failed. So this card gets discarded, and we put this back here. We still get to search it later on. Potentially, that means we know she's here at Southwark with certainty. So now she's going to move again, and we'll take this and slide it to the bottom, and she's moved to a boat. That means she's come over to London Bridge. So I'm going to move over there as well. Why not? And I'm going to take that card and not start singing about London Bridge. And now let's see where she goes. She goes home from London Bridge. That's impossible. Because there is no home around there. I think I screwed up. We indeed screwed up. But we'll just... That's because I forgot. That's because, see, we had that location. We didn't know what it was. So, see, wasn't there because we had this question mark one. We didn't know where she was. She flee. Every time you search for her, she's going to flee. And that's what happened. So, yeah, so she's at home. Or she's at one of Shakespeare's homes, to be exact. So she's there, or there. I'm just going to move. I think I was on Southwark, right? Well, I'm going to move to Southwark anyway. And take that card. My apologies for the mix-up. So, let's see where she goes now. And she has gone to the Royal, which means she's either here or here. And this is the only place where she could have gone. Well, actually, she could have gone from here to here. So she's at one of those two Royal locations from the home. You know what? I'm just going to continue moving around this way and collect cards. Liberty of the Clink. And where does she go now? She's gone back to a boat, which means she's absolutely over here. There's no boat on this side connected to that. So, I'm going to stay where I am and see if she comes to me. No. She went either to St. Paul's or Clerkenwell. That's fine. I'm going to move over here and get Blackfriars. And let's see where she's going to go. She has now gone to the money, which means she was at St. Paul's and she came over to Cornhill. So I'm going to go to St. Paul's, collect that card. And let's see where she goes now. She went to Shakespeare's home. That means she's either Bishopsgate or perhaps Cripplegate, because it is connected. So, let's go to Cripplegate, I suppose, and get that card. And let's see where she goes. So she's definitely not here. She's gone back down to the tavern. So I'm going to go to Cornhill. I don't have that one anyway, so I might as well collect that one. And let's see where she goes. She is either at London Bridge or Cornhill. So I'm going to do a search. Once again, I'll take one of these, slide it underneath here, take this one off the top, take the Cornhill, slide underneath. Aha! She is in Cornhill. We have found her. This means we get to put this back here. We can get rid of this. And now, because we have found her, we get a clue. So I'm going to take this top clue off here, without revealing the other ones. And we're going to look at the suit 2. Acorn is 2. So 2 of these Mary Fitton has in common with our Dark Lady. Fantastic. That means she's either going to have the crown, She's either connected to the crown, has a baby, or has a direct connection to Shakespeare, whoever this Stark Lady is. So that's a great clue. Two. We know two of those are confirmed. That's an excellent clue to get. So we know those are possibilities. Two of those are confirmed. I like that. That's a good clue. All right, now we're going to the lady is going to flee. For every clue, she's going to flee one. Since we only have one clue, she's only going to move one. And that means she's gone to a cemetery. So she's either here, she's here. Well, no, she has to be at Bishopsgate. That's the only place she could have moved. Well, actually, she could be at St. Paul's. So where am I going to go from here? Well, actually, now she's going to move. That was her fleeing. Now she's going to take her actual move. And she moves. Well, she moves back here. So she's there for sure. So I'm going to go to Bishopsgate and see if she shows up there. No, she went to Cornhill or London Bridge. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to go to Shoreditch and get this card. Even if she's not in that immediate area, she might go back that way. And she's going to move. And she has gone either to Southwark or to Bishopsgate. Well, let's stay where we are. If she goes to rural or... Well, if she goes to rural, we know she's going to be there. If she goes to the one that has these clown faces, the entertainment areas, we know she might have gone to one of two places. We haven't seen that symbol yet. So, she did go there. So either she's here at Shoreditch or she's here. I'm going to do a search action once again. So I'm going to do this. Slide this underneath here. Take the stop card off. Find Shoreditch. And no, she's not at Shoreditch, which means she is down at Liberty of the Clink. Well, at least we know where she is. Okay. Now, she is going to actually run away. Well, actually, no. She's not going to flee. We're just going to take this one, put it to the bottom. Technically, we don't know where she is. Now we know she's actually at this place, more than likely. At that place. So, which way do I move? Well, I'm going to just move over here. I do still want to get Clerkenwell. And we'll see where she goes. She is gone this way. Okay. And then I'm going to move to Clerkenwell and get this last card. And I get a clue. So let's see what this clue says. It says the acorn, one of these is the same. And we do have the crown connection and we do have the baby. We can pretty much guarantee the crown and the baby. We can pretty much deduce the crown and the baby are on this card. The third symbol, we don't know. What I can deduce is that since two, well, it could be, no, since I'm going to assume that it's either this one or this one that's correct, we know it's not this one. So we can move down one, put it face down. I'm going to deduce that it's not that connection. Actually, no, wait, let me just verify what I'm doing here. Yeah, see, she does have, this one has, okay, one, it's either the rattle or the crown. Not the ring. We can deduce it's not the ring. That's going to be a connection. And if it is the crown or the baby rattle, that's is the two on this one, then we could deduce it's not this one. But it could still possibly be that one. We don't really know for sure. All right. So where's our lady? I'm going to move to Blackfriars and see if she moves that way. And she did. Now this one does have that same logo, but she does not stay in the same space in this version. If I was using the bottom letters, she might, but she doesn't. This means we know she's here. We hope. So I'm pretty sure, but we're going to do a search. So I'm going to take this one off the top. replace it with that one. We're going to find Blackfriars. Can't even see where we are. I kind of wish they had made these a little bit smaller so they would fit better in the circle, but it is a minor thing. And you also don't have to use those. They're optional. So Blackfriars goes underneath here. Aha! We found that Dark Lady. She is indeed at Blackfriars, so we can discard that. Put those over there. And that means we get another clue. And this is the clue. Can we deduce? Well, this means that either 0 of these or 2 of these are connected. And if we assume that this rattle is connected and that the band is not connected, then that would mean the ink is connected. If 2 of these are correct, it's either 0 of those or 2 of them. If it's 0, then that means it's not the baby rattle. However, 2 of these are correct, and 1 of these is correct. Maybe it's not the baby rattle. Because it could be that this one is the correct one, the crown. The crown, the baby rattle, the link. I'm still not certain yet on deducing this. But those are all possibilities. I'm going to rule this one out. At the moment, I'm probably going to rule these ones out because they haven't even appeared yet. Well, we'll put them off to the side. So it's going to be, 3 of those. I apologize, this video is going to be a bit long, but we'll get through it soon enough. Now, this is going to be something different is going to happen. The lady's going to flee. And she's going to flee 1 card for each of these locations. We have 3. So what we're going to do is take 1, 2, 3 cards in a block and move them to the bottom. And there's our timer. So we can rotate this over to 1. If it gets to 3 turns, we lose. So we go through this deck 3 times. If we see that a 3rd time, we lose. Another way we can lose is if this deck runs out, which it's still got quite a few. Another way we can lose is if we make a guess and it's incorrect. And I'm trying to think if there's another way you can lose. Anyway, she's moved. She's now in the rural area somewhere, either here in Clerkenwell or Shoreditch. So I'm going to move to... I'm going to stay where I am. If she goes to this... Well, yeah, if she goes to this face one or the boat, we know what she's going to be. She went to one of his homes. So she could have come here, but she also could have gone to Bishopsgate, and she also could have gone to Cripplegate from Clerkenwell. So, do we take another guess? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. We're just going to stay where we are. And she's moved to the money, which means she goes over here all along, and she's moved there, as we apparently die. No, let's get this back over here. We fell over. Not even a tavern in sight, and we're falling over. Anyways, let's... what should I do here? I'm going to move to St. Paul's, I think. And she's gone back to his house, which means she's over here. Okay. Well, I'm going to move over here. And she's gone to a tavern, which means she's over here. I think, unless I've done something wrong. Let's go over here to Bishopsgate. She's moved to a boat, which means he's down here. I will move over here. Aha. So we finally hit the first of these cards. So what I could do is I could, for an action, instead of moving or staying put and passing, I could actually do this action. I'm not going to take the risk. I'm just going to discard this. Actually, I'm just going to move it to the bottom. And if I do this one, then I'm going to replace it with a new one. So I'm going to be further exhausting that deck. So I'm just going to leave it. She has moved to a boat, which is impossible because she's at a boat. So I don't know where C is anymore. I don't know what I did. That's right, because C moved to a location we don't know. So maybe C moved this way or this way, and then C moved back to the boat. That's what's going on there. Because that was this is, we don't know where C moved. But she's back at the boat, so she's at London Bridge, most likely. I'm going to stay where I am. Aha. She's gone. See, now I'm lost because she's gone back to his house, and I guess that would mean that she had moved down here and over here. I don't know where she is anymore. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit lost, so I'll just put that she's somewhere, and I'm gonna move to. Screw it, I'll move to. Where do I move? I don't know. Let's go to St. Paul's. And C has gone to the world. I mean, C was here or here. That now we know where C is. So let's move back to Blackfriars. And she's moved to a boat. So yes, she has moved to Blackfriars. And I'm going to do a search action. So I'm going to take this one off the top. Replace it with a question mark card, a fog card. Fog, because it's fogging where she is. I'll take the Blackfriars. Is she there? Fingers crossed. Yes, she is. So we get to put this back. We'll discard this. We get another clue card. Let's see if this fourth card helps us narrow things down. So, there's one of these in common with our woman, which again might help us rule things out. It's got the rattle, it's got this, and it's got this. Okay. See if I can figure this out. We know two of these are correct. This, or this. We know either 0 or 2 of these are correct. We also know 0 or 2 of these are correct, which means it could be the rattle and the ring. However, we do have the rattle. Okay, so I think it is. If 2 of these are correct, I think it is the rattle. The rattle, I would say, and it's either the crown and the link, or the crown or the link. Let's see if we can find some more clues. For this one, it's 0 or 2. If it's 2, then again we have the rattle and we do have the link. So I'm going to say that the link maybe, and the rattle. That's 2 there, so it means it's not the crown, which means it has to be. Well, trying to figure this out. Maybe you've already figured it out, but we know. Now this one is 1 for sure, not 0 or 2. So one of those is for sure. 2 of these are for sure. We do have the crown and the rattle. These ones is either 0 or 2. And we know if this, it's either the link or the crown. And the rattle we pretty much confirmed, I think. Which means it's not the crown, because there's only one here that's correct. So maybe it's not the crown. So it would be the band. And then for the third one, let's see if we can rule out the band. If this, we say there's 2 instead of 0, it would be the band and the rattle. And this one, if it was 2 instead of 0, it's the rattle and the ink, and not the link. Does that make sense? That does make sense, in my opinion. So 2 from here is the rattle and the ring. The 1 from here is the rattle, not the link or the crown. And here, 2, not 0. That being the ink and the rattle, because the rattle we pretty much assume has to be correct. Or it could be the link instead of the rattle as the correct one here. And in that case, this one's 0 or 2. If it's 0, then it's not the rattle. But then it wouldn't be the ring. So it has to be the ring and the rattle. But this one also has... damn it. So this is going to be 0. This has to be 0, so it's not the rattle or the ring. Which means it's not the ink, it's not the rattle, it's not the ring. We're completely wrong, I think. So the one that's correct here is the crown, and the crown, but not the ring. So it has to be one of those. So this one we can assume has to be, I think it has to be all 3 of these. Well, actually, no, it has to be 2 of these. It has to be, 2 is correct. So it has to be the ring and the rattle for Sir, the band and the rattle. So she's married and has a kid. And it's not the ink. And then if there's 1 correct here, and there's 2 correct here, we can assume it is the link and the rattle, because otherwise there's 0 correct here. So it has to be the link. I'm pretty confident it's the link. No, because then, yeah, because there's 2 correct here, the link and the rattle. 1 here, which is the rattle. But no, there's also the ring. Damn. It has to be the crown then, instead of the ring. Instead of the ring, if we did the crown. If the crown is correct here, along with the rattle, then the crown, but then there's 2 here. It doesn't make sense. Is it? Two or 0? Link and rattle. Link for 1, or the rattle for 1. And then here there's 1, there's 2 that are correct. This is 1, which would be, maybe it's the crown? No, it has to be the rattle, if there's 1 correct here. Not the crown, so we can assume it's not the crown. So that would mean it's the link and the rattle are correct here. The rattle is the correct one here. That means rattle and link, 2. That means not the ink. And that means 0 out of 2, though. No, there's 1 correct here. There's 1 correct here. I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. So there's 1 correct there, which could be the rattle or it could be the link. But then that doesn't make sense. 2 correct. 1 correct. So let's say this isn't correct at all. Let's say it's the link. The crown connects in. That would be the 1 here, the link and the crown. Here, it would be the ink, the creative, and the crown. And in this one, it's still 0 or 2, so it has to be the crown. It has to be the ring. I'm going to say it's the ring. But then that doesn't make sense, because there's 2 here for acorn that are correct. All right. Screw it. We're going to continue. We're going to try to find more clues, because I still don't know. This is going to be a long video. I apologize. The queen, the dark lady is going to get lost now. We have 4 clues, so she's going to move 4 cards at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the bottom. She's now gone to a tavern. All right. So I'm going to go to Liberty of the Clink. Let's see where she moves. Actually, no. She's there. Now she's going to move from one of these spots. And it's a question mark, so we don't know where she moved. And now she's here, which means if she was a tavern, she went somewhere else. So she could have gone here and gone here. Or she could have, that's pretty much it. Well, she could have gone here and back here, or here and back here. So she's either at Southwark or Bishopsgate. Let's move to Lady of the Clink. And she's gone back to a tavern, which means she was not here. She's in Bishopsgate, was in Bishopsgate. And move over here. She's gone either to London Bridge or Cornhill. So I'm going to go to London Bridge. And she's gone here, apparently. You're there, or there. Who knows? Where'd she go? I'm just going to stay where I am. Maybe. Yeah. And she's gone somewhere. We don't know where she went. And from there, she went to a tavern. So either, I guess she went here and then here, perhaps. She's not here, and she's not. Well, she could have gone here and then back here. So she could be at either tavern. I'm going to move to here, I guess. And now she's gone home. So she's here or she's here. I'm going to stay where I am. Hopefully she comes back to Eastcheap. Nope, she's skipped off somewhere. And now she's gone to a cemetery, which means she could still be here because she could have gone here and back. She could have gone here and here. Or, no, she could have gone that way. Where do we go? Let's go to Cornhill. And, nope, that doesn't make sense. Well, actually it does, because it means she came over here, or here, and she's not here. So, let's go to St. Paul's. Hope for a cemetery. Uh-oh. We're down to the last round here. And she is gone over here. Let's go to Blackfriars. Aha. She's either gone to Cripplegate or Blackfriars. I'm going to search for her at Blackfriars. Why not? Put that there. I'll take Blackfriars. See if we find her there again. No, she is not there. Unfortunately, that means she is at Cripplegate. And that means I got to move a block of 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she is at a boat, which means she's here at my location or here. Now, and we don't know for sure what she was. She moved 4 times, so she's probably not at Blackfriars. So I'm going to just move to Lady Liberty of the Clink. Oh, she's moved again somewhere we don't know. And she's gone back to a boat, which means she might have gone here and then back. She's at a boat. So she might be at Liberty of the Clink. I guess we could search. Fingers crossed. And, oops, what did I do? Yes, she's at Liberty of the Clink. We found her, which means we get another clue. Maybe now we can figure this out. So, one of these is correct. Fantastic. One is correct. We don't know about that. One is correct. One is correct. 2 are correct. So, again, let's go back to the drawing board here. We got this. We got this. And we got rattle. Out of those, it's either the rattle or the crown, which means we know it's not the band. But one of those is correct here. Which means I'm pretty sure the link is correct. Because it's the link and one of those 2. All right. Then over here we have one correct. I'm going to assume it's the link, which means I'm going to assume it's not the ink and it's not the baby rattle. And then for this one, we know there's one correct, which is not going to be the ring. It's not going to be the ink, so I'm going to say it's the heart. that, maybe. And let's just see, look at this one here. Either 2 of these are correct or 0. And I'm going to say 0. So I'm pretty confident now that that's what we're dealing with. We don't have any music notes or anything like that. I'm pretty confident that's what we're dealing with. In order to confront her and see if we're correct, we have to find her again. Wow, this has been a long video. I apologize. All right. But first, we have to lose her again. We have 5 clues now. That means we have to move 5 cards down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means she's moved. Well, she's either London Bridge or Cornhill. So, I'm going to move to Southwark. Actually, no. First, she has to move. So, first she has to move, and she has moved home. So, she's has to be at Bishopsgate. That's the only place she could be. So, now I'm going to move to Southwark. And now she's going to move. She's gone to a tavern, which means she's here. I'm going to London Bridge. Aha. Now she's moved somewhere, I don't know where. And she's moved from there to cemetery, so she could be at Southwark. She also could have moved over here, or even over here, I want to say. I'm going to stay at London Bridge. And she has gone to a tavern, which means she was over here and she moved down here. Presumably. Let's just stay where we are. See if she comes to us. Yeah. 50% chance she went there or there. I'm going to do a search of London Bridge. We'll put that there, put that there. London Bridge, did we find her? Yes. We have found her. This is the moment of truth. Do these symbols that I'm assuming are correct match this black lady? Have we found our black lady? The heart, crown, the link. We found the black lady after 400 years. It only took 45 minutes. So that is Black Sonata. I think it's a really cool game. It obviously takes a little while to get through it, but it's really cool. Nice components. I'll have to try out the expansions at some point in time. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. This is probably my longest video in about 8 years on this channel, but there we have it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.